In this video, I'm going to be asking one simple question. Can Suno actually make my song better? Okay, it's ready to let me check out the first version of whatever this is. I just want to start off by saying that this video is not sponsored in any way. I'm just doing it because I'm excited about this. A few weeks ago, my friend was telling me about Suno and how she's been using it to revamp her old demos, complete recorded songs, but you drag them into Suno and then it can reimagine them by you describing the style. I initially thought when I heard about this that you would just prompt it and put in some lyrics or whatever, and it would just make a song out of thin air that's just completely AI, which it can do. But for me, I write songs and I make demos and, I have that whole process that I've been doing for many years. So it's exciting to think about the prospect of being able to reimagine or have the AI reimagine my song in a different style. So let's look at the interface to begin with. So it starts off on this make any song you can imagine, where you are given the opportunity to prompt it. But I'm going to go right into the create, which is on the left side here. And you can see I've got a bunch of stuff that I've been messing around with. So I'm just going to drag in a song from one of my albums, and I haven't actually heard this one yet in Suno, so I'm very curious what it's going to do. So it's going to ask me, do I want to have the whole song in here? And I think you can only do the whole song if you're paying for it, for the pro level, which I ended up doing. It was like, in Canada, around $50 or something for a month. And yeah, so I'm going to do the whole song and I'm going to save it. And so now it's uploading the clip and it's going to analyze it. Okay, so now the song is here. It says Purple Girl Master, and I'm on it, and I'm going to I'm in simple mode over here. So simple and custom, you can get more specific, but simple mode is cool. I'm just going to write make it a hit song. And that's what I usually prompt it with, and it turns it into some kind of like pop thing, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to hit create, and what it does is gives you two versions of anything you prompt. At least that's what I've experienced so far. And usually one of them is good and one of them is less good. So I'm going to just play you a bit of what the original sounds like so you can have some kind of context for what we're getting into here. So this is the original from my album.
Closer to the ending than I am to the beginning, and I don't want to be lonely anymore. I know I'm just a stranger and you probably sense the danger, but I can't control this feeling anymore.
I'm just going to skip ahead so you can hear sort of the chorus part, I think.
If you love me too, purple girl. No, I should.
And you can hear there's like a slide guitar thing there. What I've noticed that Suno does, it has a good way of like taking lead guitar stuff or any kind of lead and then incorporating that into whatever it creates. So right now, like the songs aren't done processing, you can see, but I am able to start listening. So even though the song isn't completed rendering, I can start. So I'm going to start with the first one. Let's see what it did. See what it did.
You showed up late in that busted coat, laughing like every plan was a joke. You said, let's get lost. I said, lead the way. We had.
Okay, so that has nothing to do with my song. So I think I must have hit the wrong button. I think I might need to select this. Okay, I just remembered what I have to do. So this is what I'm going to say is one of my negative experiences with Suno so far, is that like it's so complicated and there's so many things that it can do. I have a hard time remembering where to go and what to click on, and maybe it's because I've only been using it for a couple of weeks so far, but man, it's been confusing. But what I have to do here is click on the remix edit thing. Actually, no, not even that. I want to go to the three dots. There's three dots here, right? And then remix, oh no, and then create, no, remix, and then go cover. That's what it does. Okay, so now that it's on cover mode, now I say make it a hit song. Now I hit create and it will use my song as the template for whatever it creates. Okay, it's ready to let me check out the first version of whatever this is.
Probably sense the danger, but I can't control this feeling anymore. And I'm dying to rediscover and learning about your lover, and hoping you will throw him out the door. I have plans for us in time for you.
Okay, so it's weird with the switching back between male and female vocals, but what it did in the chorus with the harmonies is fascinating. So let's check out what the second version is. Control this feeling anymore. And I'm dying to rediscover and learning about your lover, and hoping you will throw him out the door. I had plans for us and time for you. If you love me too. Okay, I'm just going to skip forward to see what it did in like the sort of bridge section. Oops, no. it's a bit over the top there. So yeah, let's say that I like this, or there's things about this that I want to use. Because what I've found, when I first did this, I threw a whole bunch of songs into it, and I was just blown away because I'd never heard my songs interpreted in this way, with a sort of pop production where it's got these big swells and like things dropping out and coming back in, and it was just overwhelming. But thinking about it more objectively now, obviously I can't use this. Like, you can download the stems and you can delete those AI vocals and use that backing track, but even that, it sounds kind of weird. I was playing it on the speakers at work the other day, and my friend Riley came in, and he had no context for what was going on. He didn't know what I was doing, and he was like, "Is that AI music?" And I was like, "Yeah, how did you know? Was it the vocal?" He's like, "No, it's just like everything. It's just like, just the sound is kind of uncanny." So what is cool about Suno, you can download the stems, but you can also download the MIDI, so you have both sort of to reference. And what I'm thinking I might do for an arrangement that I really like, that this spits out, I'm gonna like re-record each part, like get the drum MIDI and then start working with that with my own plugins, and then re-record the bass, listen to the guitar part, learn it, re-record it, and the synths and the vocals and everything. So basically recreating from scratch in the way that I normally would, but based on this like production template that I've got here, and just see what that's like. I haven't like fully done that yet. I just figured out how to do that today in terms of extracting the audio and MIDI as all separate tracks. And there's different ways to do it in here that I'm going to show you. But one of the problems that I had that was really frustrating is when you extract the stems, depending on what it did with your song, sometimes the tempo is variable. And that's a setting that's in Suno that you have to select to tell it to follow a specific tempo, as opposed to just free for all, where it speeds up and slows down. And so it was driving me crazy. I kept exporting and over again until I realized that it has a version system, and I turned on the follow tempo setting, but I kept exporting the first version, which is the old one that was still all over the place. And so now I understand that you have to do it a very specific way, or you're not going to get the results. So let's look at what I was first doing, which is going to Studio, and it loads Studio, which looks cool. And here along the left side, I've got all my different versions of things. So you can see here, Purple Girl up on the top is the most recent thing that I've done. And so if I made a new project, it's just blank, I can drag in this, and down here at the bottom where the tempo is, this is where you can select like follow track or manual. So right now it's set to manual, which is great. I prefer that. And you can actually double check it against the metronome. You can turn the metronome on and off here just to make sure that it's actually to the click. And then you can click extract stems, which is over here on the right. But this is not what I want to do, believe it or not. I'm going to go back to where I was, if I can figure out how to do that. This is always confusing here. So where am I? Yeah, okay, so I'm going to go back to create. And so here's that same version. I'm going to click that I like it so I remember. So this one, and then I'm going to go to, yeah, okay, so I'm going to go to Open in Editor, which it says Pro. So Editor is what allows you to split the stems and get the MIDI, which I don't know why it's like this, but so here's the whole song with the separate parts, which is pretty neat too, to be able to see like verse, chorus, and stuff, and you can like move things around or shorten things, or like one of the songs that I did, it was like a 3-minute song and it turned into like an 8-minute song, where it did the regular song and then did this 5-minute huge like weird jam out section that I was like, what? Why did it do that? So I had to like delete that, which you can do here easily. But up here on the top right, it says like get stems, and so this is what we do. And you can go, yeah, all detected stems, get up to 12 separated tracks, vocal and MIDI tracks. So I'm going to use those credits and extract that. So you can see here that it's now detecting the stems, and it's going to separate them all out, and then it's going to download it into a zip file, and then I can open it and then drag that into my DAW. The MIDI is going to line up with the BPM in the DAW because it's MIDI, but the audio will not, because it'll all be in line with itself, but it's going to start a little bit before the downbeat of beat 1, because it's got these like intro things in it. So you have to drag that and like line it up manually with the MIDI. And once you do that, it's great. So I'm not going to do that in this video. I might do that in a future video if anyone cares. Let me know, in the comments. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm having a great time making these videos, and I want to keep doing this. So I hope you got something out of this. If you hate AI or if you're exploratory with AI, let me know. I know there's some pretty polarizing opinions out there about this. So at this point, I'm kind of open-minded about it, and I'm hearing some things that excite me. And at my age, to get excited about something, it's pretty special. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.